Aloha. Today I wanted to do a video jumping off the last video of the DeEvolution program and go into more detail of how the DeEvolution program works on a personal level. Because before I was talking more like a collective scale, now it's like and a personal, but this is more like definitely personal and related to our chakra system and dreams and our whole, like in a video I mentioned before. I can't even remember which one it was, but I referenced like this space feels like there's like a game going on, like a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4 basketball game between us and like this separation grid, and the heart being in the center, bouncing in between the two of our chakras, like 3-on-3. And like when we go into our dream states, and when we're in our physical awakening state, we are like our crown, third eye, throat chakra, and our heart. But that's in our dream space on a regular basis. We're in that reality, and then when we wake up, we're in this physical reality, and we're kind of like going back and forth, playing ourselves, trying to convince ourselves of a reality to have a richer experience, like a deeper experience in a sense. And the way the control grid is designed, it's to amplify our physical reality and separate us from our dream space connection to our not only the dream space connection to the higher chakras, but our basic connections period and our understandings period. We are stuck in this biological format, this grid that is completely based upon one perspective reality that is replaced our 7 chakra system. Even when we have higher chakra systems than that, we've had our 7 chakra system replaced with a 3 chakra system, where now our root chakra is still our root chakra, and it's actually amplified because it's taking the space of at least 2 chakras, with the root being the physical needs, the basic needs, the earth grounding space, the reproductive organ space, our basic preservation, our survival skills, our primal energy. You can see how that's amplified in the control grid in Hollywood and television shows, and in the school system as a whole. And I remember like when I was thinking, or I was coming about talking about flat earth stuff, one of the first oppositions to somebody, like to me talking about flat earth, I guess somebody got on there, was like, the earth can't be flat, like a comment or something. The earth can't be flat, where everything comes from a single cell, and it's just like a cell is round, is a sphere, is round, and we are just like a cell. And I was just like, that's some basic shit. That's like a basic, and it's like basic based upon something else. And my response was going into the atomic layers. I was like, well, that cell is also built up of stuff. Like there's a magic of that creation, of that relationship within that cell. We know as alchemy, and the artificial grid calls it chemistry, because chemistry came from alchemy, and alchemy came from alchemet, which is the ancient Egyptian understandings of the basic composition, structure, and properties of our material realm. Like this is what chemistry is, and chemistry is an understanding of both science and the magical space. The alchemy is the magical and scientific merging, the blendings of understanding our reality, the blendings of the higher and the lower chakras. But we've been convinced into this biological basic understandings, this elementary grid of our reality, and stuck in this organism, like this organism reality, like I was saying in my very last video about the ancestry stuff, like this basic DNA biological shit. It's like they can just they're talking about just the numbers, the numbers of biology. This is why they want to say, oh yeah, this is this oneness, we're all one, because we study DNA based upon the numbers, and the numbers say you're this and you're that and you're this and you're that, and basically we're all a mixture of all this stuff. So this is why that's coming out, because they want to focus on this organism, this single-celled organism, which goes back to the scientific version of evolution, of this artificial scientific version of evolution, with the monkey evolution and all this, saying you came from first a single-celled organism in a pond, then you went into like a more complicated version of your reality, into a multi-celled organism, into like a system. Now you're part of a bigger system. Now you're this biological monkey human being who's part of a system we know as the earth plane, or what they call the globe. But they don't want to go into the alchemical understandings, the alchemy understandings of your reality, because in a control grid you have to be hurry up and lock yourself down. You have to be part of a control grid system. So the elementary school is based upon locking you into this emotional grid, this emotional system that is based upon the lower chakras, the physical reality space of emotion and sexuality, fear, your physical space. Your this is why all the Saturn, you can see here in the planet section, the Saturn magic that is hidden within the subliminal space of all your mainstream television shows. This is why they're talking about the moon, excuse me, the Twilight stuff, the vampire stuff, all that stuff with the moon, and the Mars program, with war, and that is the highest of the high here is the Mars program, which is the military industrial complex, the fighting, the anger, the hostility, that space. So going back to the 3 chakra system and the replacing of our systems, the sacral is now our heart chakra. The sacral has been replaced as the heart. So our heart understandings, our heart connections are based upon reproduction and biological connections, biological intimacy, and emotional connections. Like the higher spaces, the actual heart is not based solely upon the emotional connection. Like, it's not about only emotionally getting involved in something. It's about an understanding, a depth, a character that is on a deeper space, that is beyond just the script of our reality. And this is why, like, actors are reading from scripts. They're reading prescriptions. These are prescription drugs that Hollywood and television show. Every time you watch a television show, there's a script there. So that is a script prescription for you to download something and think something a certain way. So that's like the alchemical process of that space is the script that you're not privy to, the magic script of alchemy. And the entertainment version of it is the biology. So you can be entertained by watching the Big Bang Theory, the TV show. You'll be entertained. That's the biological entertainment, the laughter. But your actual magic is within the script, the physical makeup of the composition, the structure, the design of the program that's being sold to you. And that's what all this subliminal stuff with this Saturn magic is programmed in your root chakra. It's programming, is amplifying your physical, your basic physical needs, your safety and security. That's what all this Saturn magic is. And when you see the Newport cigarettes, Nike, what is all the other stuff? I can even look it up. Like, you can see, this is basically your programs that are not just locking you into so yeah, the Saturnalia is the ancient Roman festival of Saturn in December, which is a period of general merrymaking and was a predecessor of Christmas. So this is the Roman versions of Christmas, which is all based upon sex, based upon sex and sacrifice. They actually killed people in this time, sacrificing to Saturn, which is the yeah. So let me go. This is not really what I wanted to go into, but TV. Let's see just what comes up like this. Oh, man. I can't think of the word right now, but basically, I'll think of it in a second. So, like all the systems of the sun system that they're talking about, all this Discover card and Capital One, DirecTV, Xfinity, all the swooshes that you see, that's all Saturn stuff, and that's all a dead sun. It's the old sun, the old time grid, and it's your lock into your lower chakra space. So that's why it's rooted so deeply in that space. So back to the sacral, the sacral space is your emotional grid, and your emotional grid is easy to turn into or kind of like flip as your heart space. So if you're emotional about something, then that doesn't mean that you have a deep connection and love for it. That just means you have an emotional understanding or emotional response to it. So it's your sacral space is like your physical body heart chakra, and that's why it's so amplified and flipped upside down within this reality. And which is why it's all over social media with the people taking selfies and this whole gym program, this whole like people going to the gym and you know, pumping up their body and their muscles. This is all Saturn worship, physical reality, emotional. It's like a lacking of trying to fill the space, trying to have some kind of essence, some kind of something, because we are lacking the connection with the higher spaces. So we have to amplify the lower spaces. And like going to the gym and taking pictures of your ass and do all this other stuff and in the mirror, that's just like, it's just like celebrating graduating from 6th grade or something, like saying you graduated from elementary school, like to work out and do all that other stuff. It's like a 6th grade PhD. If you're a gym rat, if you lift like consistently in that whole thing, it's like having a 6th grade PhD. But that's what's celebrated in Hollywood, and all these Hollywood actors and actresses that are selling prescriptions for a diseased world. They're reading scripts for a diseased mentality. And our highest connection, our highest crown is to achieve the American dream, which is the willpower space. The in this three chakra system is your navel, your solar plexus. So this is why the genetically modified system is covering up your stomach brain, because your stomach does have a brain. So this is why Monsanto is out there and being telling, oh yeah, we need more food. We need to get more food because there's more people. Well, there's more people because this program is focused on sexual reproduction and making batteries for the control grid. And then when you have more people, you need the program is to say, oh, we need more food, and then they actually need more food. Putting more fat around your stomach is like calcifying your pineal gland. So your pineal gland for your lower chakras is your solar plexus, and that's being covered with bacon grease and bacon commercials and double cheeseburgers and fast food and genetically modified foods at that, because we are we're covered by every basis, every angle. And when you start to go into changing your diet, like, which is, for example, what I started to do when I stopped eating the majorities of meats in the beginning, I started to see more of connection with like animals and animal spirits, and the homeostasis of our whole reality as a whole, and seeing that it opens you up to compassion, it opens you up to connection, it opens you up to a balance, which are these higher spaces. So when you start to make that connection with your basic understandings of yourself, you get out of the emotional state and start to go into the compassionate space, the intuitive space, and the understanding. Then you can start to open up all these higher spaces. And realize that we're not just biological. We are magic. We are alchemy. And this is this whole biological lower chakra system amplification is because it's the physical reality, the basic material matter is the furthest separation from your creative space, which is why it's easy for them to kind of download into this grid the transhumanism program and the technological program that is even a further separation. It's like a further separation. It's like if you're stuck in the physical reality, then now you can go even further into the physical reality by taking your consciousness and put it into a robotic body, like a robotic physical reality. This is what that whole Transcendence movie is about, and so they're using these actors like Johnny Depp to sell the prescription, read the scripts and sell the prescription drugs of a disease mentality to make you use your conscious space, your actual creative connection, your actual 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th chakras in your dream space to manifest the reality based upon a control grid mentality. So our conscious reality is being manipulated so that in our dream space we physically manifest an artificial reality for entities that are disembodied, that are of, if you want to call it, a demonic nature or a lower vibrating nature. We are the bridges between the higher and the lower spaces in this physical reality, having a human physical body, having a heart chakra, having a throat, a third eye, and a crown, which are higher spaces. We are being de-evolved to create vessels for entities who have fallen deep into a separation from their creator. and we are being de-evolved to create vessels, ships, actual ships, to carry them into a higher vibrating, or a realm that allows them to experience something, because they've this is a game, and a game for souls. Like they've lost their souls. This is why the people who hold the most soul, like dancing and rhythm and all that, so the melanated the melanated individuals in this reality are so beaten down, is because there's a great housing of potential energy there, that if you open up that vessel, then there's a lot of magic that can be manipulated in that space. And it's pretty jacked up. So when we realize we're not just these cosmic blobs that have been produced by this Big Bang disease, but we're actually, there's a creative intelligence, a connection with a creator in that space. When we realize that we are not, trying to be like, or just, we're more than Hollywood actors and all that other stuff. Those are just, they're just put out there just to make you think and act a certain way. We're more than that. They're put out there to make you feel like you're less than them, but you're actually more than them naturally, being your natural basic self. And elementary school is not a elementary school. This is elementary school right now. This is not the tippy top of the game, or the tippy top of our reality. We're more than this. So yeah, I just wanted to share this, and share why marriage is so amplified, reproduction is so amplified in our system. Like, you can't even watch an action movie without somebody getting married. You can't watch a commercial without selling a diamond or something like that. You can't watch even a TV show without the characters thinking about getting married. It's all basic. It's this physical reality, basic biological relationship with ourselves and with each other. And it's all based upon a 3 chakra system downloaded by this Saturn. What's the word that I would use for that? Saturn. I don't know. Saturn magic. Let's see what comes up. I can't even think about it. But there's all this Saturn alien stuff. Saturn in mainstream. Let's see what comes up. What the hell? Anyway. So the cubes, the symbol, symbolism was the word. So, yeah, it's all, so you can see like the Nike symbol. There's one with like all kinds of stuff in there. So they take these basic, like, we all have these connections. Okay, so you can see right here, like Nike, Internet Explorer, Toyota, like all this stuff. It's the inner and the outer. So our outer reality, our exoskeleton, spiritual skeleton in a sense, is our physical reality, our physical body. So this is this worshipping of the physical body, the beast in a sense. Like, in order for consciousness to experience this reality, to bridge the realities of the lower and the higher, we have to go into the physical space. But if you lock people in to only the physical space with their consciousness and lock them out of their higher realities, lock them out of their dreams, lock them out of their even their realization that they exist as higher than a physical reality, then you can lock people into these bridges. You can lock bridges into a reality and just use them as the bridge, and they won't know that they're being used as the bridge, because their energies, their planets, their planets as a whole, Saturn, Moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, are all being utilized energetically in the higher planes by the people or the entities that we have given our power to. So this is why the political system is in place. This is why the university system is in place, with all these scientists talking about CERN, trying to bridge gateways between the lower realms, bridge gateways between any kind of interdimensional realm that is utilizing. It's more about utilizing your energy than it is about any kind of like recreating a big bang and opening up portals. No, you are the portal. You are the portal that you have been opened up with Hollywood, with television, with elementary school and the university system. You are the portal. You are the CERN program that has been manipulated to bridge the gaps between the higher and the lower spaces. So CERN is basically just like a psyop. It's just the even whatever they do on the physical reality or show that they do with some kind of like program or some movie. The bigger issue is that we have been opened up to these lower energies individually and consciously and subconsciously, to allow these energies to come in. So this external reality is just a distraction to keep us giving our power away to these scientists. Oh, they're doing it. No, it's you. You are the ones that are doing it by allowing these scientists and these university systems to program you to into this DeEvolution program, and to give these prescriptions of disease. So that's pretty much it. I'll leave it there. Yeah, I think that was pretty much all of it. But thank you for joining me. Until next time, peace, love, and harmony.